Hi, my name is Nuno, CEO and teacher of The Rose Meditation, a digital platform with live classes and workshops in 4 different languages. Those classes and workshops, we talk mostly about breathing, meditation, behavior, habits, and how to inspire you to have a more sustainable and mindful lifestyle. And so, if you like the subject mindset, I highly recommend you to subscribe to our channel because we're going to share a lot of content regarding this subject. So, the Rose Meditation is a platform that uses a specific methodology to improve the quality of life of our users. And we have a very comprehensive approach regarding quality of life. So, it's more than how much exercise that you do, what food that you eat, but we go way beyond that on our behaviors, habits, attitudes, and how they can impact positively your life. In this video, we will try to identify a few connections between mindset and talent. And so I like to go back in time to my teenage years in the early 90s. And so young Nuno, a beardless guy, watching TV in 1992, broadcasted the Live at Wembley, a tribute to Freddie Mercury. And then I saw Guns N' Roses, and I saw Slash playing the guitar. And it was mind-blowing for me. At the time, I was full of energy, and I just asked my father, "Dad, teach me how to play the guitar. I want to be Slash." It was quite hard to play all those songs. But was it talent or was it dedication? Was it a mindset that was behind such a mind-blowing performance at the time? So throughout the years, I have been following up with Slash career. And now, because it's easy on YouTube to see all those interviews, something very interesting came across that everybody that knows Slash personally, they mentioned that he's quite talented, but he's also a very dedicated person to his instrument and songwriting. That means every time someone is Slash, he's playing the guitar. Playing, writing songs, rehearsing, just trying to explore and dedicate his life to his passion. And so we can question, would Guns N' Roses or Slash have the same results if Slash wasn't that talented, or if Slash wouldn't dedicate his life so much to practicing guitar and songwriting? It is a big question mark. But we also know that probably you know very talented people that didn't reach what Slash did. But also a lot of people dedicated a lot of time and also didn't reach what he accomplished. So that means if you are a talented person in a specific thing, if you dedicate time to practice, imagine what you can achieve. But if you're not talented, you'll be able also to achieve a big chunk of talent or achievement or projects or things done, right? So when we think big, we shouldn't rely on talent only, because it's just how is your starting point. You may be able to start from a specific height, and depending on your dedication, you will achieve something. But if you're talented, you're going to start a little bit higher, and if you put the same dedication, you will reach something even bigger. But what happens when you see yourself as a non-talented in that specific field? Depending on your mindset, you might just quit. Say, "Oh, I'm not good at this. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to try something else." but you still have a lot of space to grow, to evolve, depending on your mindset, and that can change how far or how deep can you go in a specific field of knowledge or in a specific task, right? So that doesn't mean that if you're not talented, you cannot do amazing things in life. So let's do the following exercise. So the exercise will be, I want you to think about something that you are good at. Simple. One thing that you are good at. And now, I want you also to think about something that you really like to do or like to feel. And then I want you to look at to those two things that you are talented and that you like. And having that clear in your mind, check how much of your time is dedicated to that, to those two things. And see if your mindset regarding these two subjects are a fixed mindset and it's limiting you to dedicate more time, put more effort, more timing into that thing, or your mindset is actually helping you to go further, to be more passionate about it, to go straight into that thing that you really like or that you are good at. And maybe you will need to make some tweaks, make adjustments on your agenda just to have a better result. Imagine if you are able to dedicate more time into something that you really like, probably you'll become happier. Or into something that you are good at, probably you will feel more valuable to others and to yourself, right? Another interesting thing about mindset and talent is the definition of your limits. A couple of days ago, I was talking with a friend, and she was mentioning about this study that she heard about kids being exposed into a curriculum that was way advanced for them, and still, because they were not aware of that, they were able to succeed and to learn something that was out of their time or their timing in terms of education. That is actually a very good example how we set up our limits, which sometimes are our limitations. So, depending on our mindset regarding a specific thing that we can do or perform, we might think that we are able to do something till a specific limit. Okay? Like, I'm playing the guitar, I can play this fast. Faster is impossible. Or I just know this amount of chords, or I'm comfortable with this specific rhythm, whatever, or even genre. That is you that are setting up those limits. And so when you are exposed into something that you don't know the limits, you might be able to go way further than you expected if you stop, reflected, and say, oh, I'll be able to learn this to this point. And this example that my friend shared with me, it's very interesting because a group of specialists defined which content should be given, shared to students in this specific grade, for example, or at that age. And then you will be able to stack knowledge to build a whole curriculum of education, right? But it's just a default information or concept that was established to share knowledge. That doesn't mean that if someone in his early age will have contact to of the knowledge that is shared, for example, in college, that doesn't mean that he won't be able to learn or to even understand. Maybe that person will be able to learn and to understand, right? So, it is a very interesting thing to realize if the limits of what you think you are able to do in a specific thing or situation, that limit, it was set up by you, if it was set up by someone else, like an institution, or if it's just a fixed mindset saying, I'm only capable of this. Who told you that? Maybe you can go a little bit further. Maybe you can go a little bit faster. Maybe you'll be able to do something incredible, right? So go ahead, make a reflection regarding how do you set up your limits and how they are linked with your mindset or not. We can always think about this reflections and say, oh, okay, this is very conceptual. Show me something concrete that I can actually understand, and if possible, see if that is somehow related with myself. And as I mentioned, I started playing the guitar in 1992, and recently, a few years ago, because of this explosion of YouTube, all this knowledge, I was actually checking an interview of a guitar manufacturer from Sweden, and his background was mostly, if I'm not wrong, as an engineer, building pieces for specific types of guitars. And there was this moment that he was able to think, oh, maybe I can use all this experience, all my knowledge in creating parts to start and rethink the guitar, rethink the ergonomics of the guitar, rethink about all those details, all those defaults of a guitar that when you see, you say, oh, that is a guitar, right? And let's go ahead. So this is an amazing example of someone that with a growth mindset going into building this small things and these things actually build a brand and start producing something that was not very conventional, right? And for me, this is an amazing example how you can go from someone that was looking into small pieces and suddenly become something so big, so outrageous, huge success in Japan and worldwide. So when we grab this example of Ola Strandberg from Strandberg Guitars, I just feel inspired, right? And also, if I had a fixed mindset regarding guitars, probably I'd say, oh, this is not a guitar, and probably I would reject the object or just wouldn't consider this as an instrument. But on the other hand, when I just grab my background as a musician, as an architect, this aesthetic, and also the ergonomics and feeling comfortable, putting all the elements of the guitar in the right place, which is very convenient for me because I do want to have more of a symmetrical body, try always to find a sense of balance in everything that I do. I just said, I need this guitar. And so even my mindset to accept this new looking musical instrument, it is the reflection of a mindset that I have. Probably when I was a teenager, I would just say, no way. I need something that Slash would use it. Then the years go by, I get inspired, I just feel that I need to think ahead in time, and my growth mindset just allow me to accept something different and being part of the new normal for me. So what to do with all this information? Actually, I want you to make an exercise with me. So first, let's talk about the limits. I want you to make a self-assessment and to identify the limits of the things that you are doing currently, and have a critical view regarding the limits. Aren't those limits too low? Is the ceiling too low? Are you able to push those limits a little bit higher so you can grow? Try and see if you're able to change, to push forward a little bit those limits. With that information, also with a critical view, because usually limits are a milestone, okay? What is actually beyond that? What do you want to surpass when you consider this limit, or actually this new limit that you just established? And with that in mind, I want you first to list strategies, ways, or a path to achieve or to reach that limit that you reestablished during this exercise. Go ahead, keep writing this paper on your notes. What do you need to do to reach and to achieve that milestone? And now grab that information and let's make a mentalization. And how to do that? I want you to project on your mental screen an image. If it's easier for you, close your eyes so you don't be distracted with other things around you. And try to project on that white canvas an image or samples of images, a collage that will compose you surpassing those limits. You can visualize that big achievement above your limits and try to imagine as a present moment, and keep that image in your mind, not only during this exercise, but also I want you to do it every time you are doing smaller things that are related to this big goal of yours. Again, if needed, close your eyes and visualize, project on your mental screen, how would you wish to accomplish that goal? How do you see yourself above your limits? And visualize. You build a strategy, you know what you want, you know what you are good at, and I want you to print this image in your mind. Very good. So I want you to share with me your insights. If it's not too personal, go ahead and hit me on the comment section below this video with your insights, your comments, or even your difficulties, and I'll be pleased to go there and reply to all of you. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Next week, we'll be keeping the same subject, mindset, but with a different point of view as always. Oh, and I almost forgot. You're more than welcome to join in our classes and workshops where this subject, among many others, will be shared with teachers from all over the world live in our classes. So, see you next week.